Hello again, everybody. It is me again, Bob Hartwell, with the Hartwell team at Keller Williams Realty, and I really am sending this out to try to allay some fears. I've had a couple of people call me, and I've heard a little bit of conversation around the fact that some folks feel like there may be a recession or a real estate bubble or something like that happening. And, you know, there are lots of experts that will tell you a lot of different things. I research these things on a pretty regular basis. And there is no evidence of that happening right now. There is some speculation that in the next 2 years we'll have a small recession. But keep in mind this, that a recession is defined as 2 quarters in a row where the GDP, the gross domestic product, is less than the quarter before that. So it's not like we're going to see something that happened in 2008, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's just very, very, very unlikely. And I wanted to throw a few statistics at you so you can kind of have a little bit of basis for what I'm talking about. First of all, the great thing that we're seeing right now is that home affordability, buying a home, tends to be cheaper than renting a home right now, or renting an apartment. I did a bunch of research on this, and with the rates being what they are, you can buy a $300,000 house, and it costs you less than a 2-bedroom apartment in most municipalities, most towns. Atlanta is one of those. The other thing is that the fixed rates are incredibly low. I mean, right now they're at around 3.75 or 4%. That is historically low numbers. That makes the affordability better for buying a home. And there's no real drastic upside to that as far as the interest rates going up in the foreseeable future. Some of these numbers are coming from the National Association of Realtors and Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, so these are numbers that have basis in the real estate market, in the real estate industry. The other part of this is what I think is amazing is that as a percentage of your income, that as of May of this year, the average was 16.6% of your income was spent on housing. That's unbelievably low. It's a great sign for housing and the economy in general. Then I looked into some of the things that people were talking about in terms of recession, and the last time we had a major recession, housing led the way. In this particular case, if there's a recession, people are thinking it's going to be late 2020 or maybe 2021. Housing comes in at number 9 in terms of the triggers. So that's a very good sign for the housing market too, because they really don't expect housing to have any kind of impact on a recessionary trend. And then the last thing I want to tell you about is that I remember years and years and years ago when we were talking to people about mortgages, we would allow them to go to 36% of their income as that percentage of their housing allowance. And as of right now, in 2018, it was 17.1%, and even at 7% interest rate, which is very much higher than what it is right now, it would only be at 23.5%. So I just want you guys to know that there are no real signs of a housing bust. They do expect appreciation to slow, and that's probably a healthy thing for the economy. I am always available to you here. I love to read these statistics. I love to do the research. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. And in the meantime, have a great week. I expect to hear from some of you soon because I'd love to help you move to your next house. Talk to you soon, guys.